Hey, puppy. Oh, hey, Fred. Man, does it feel good to get out of the house. I have been in the house all day editing to get some videos out to you guys. I have a bunch of videos kind of on the back burner. Obviously, I haven't posted in a while since my last video. So today's video, kind of a different one. I got a welding job to go do. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Reason being, like I just mentioned, I was editing all day today. So anyways, this welding project, they wanted me to wait until later in the day to get out there because there is people working in this building right now. So they didn't want me to be down there working and welding and having all the welding flash while all these employees were there. So I'm going to start getting stuff loaded up right now, and then I have to run up to my shop, grab my my little welder that I have. That it's a Miller welder. I believe it's a 210, Millermatic 210. Could be wrong on that. We'll see once I go and pick it up. But anyways, let's get started. So gotta get this stuff loaded up. I have to grab some tools out of this truck. Sadly, this thing's dead as a doornail once again. I'm kind of getting, I don't know what the word would be, frustrated with this truck. I've replaced the ICP, I forgot the name of all the sensors, but the one that's in the valley of the motor, the one that's on the driver's side head, and the cam or crank position sensor. I changed all of those, and I changed them all with Ford Motorcraft parts, and this thing still doesn't run. This truck's been sitting here now for a while. I'm debating on what I want to do with it. I am thinking about taking it to a shop. If anybody watching these videos know any good shops for 7.3 diesels in particular, please reach out, let me know, because I'd like to get this thing back on the road, because I actually, this is my favorite truck that I own, which I never thought I'd be saying about a Ford. Be nice to get this truck fixed so I don't have to be moving all these tools. And I also have a couple welding projects I want to do in the shop, but not having the truck to take to the shop with me is kind of hindering those plans right now. It is what it is. It'll eventually get fixed, right? So I think that's all I need from here. I got extension cords, grinder, a buffing wheel, or a wire wheel, welding helmet. Now I just gotta run up to the shop and grab my welder and the tank. So let's head off. Got here to the shop. I do have a potential buyer in this truck, actually somebody that watches the videos, for any of the Fisher. If you're watching, it's still here waiting for you. Kind of happy to be doing this job because I haven't used this welder in a while, and I've been itching to do some welding. It's nice how light this thing is. Oh, and also it's a Millermatic 211. I thought I said 210 earlier. It's a 211. A nice little welder. You can run off a 220 or 110. I think I got everything I want or need. This shop needs to be severely cleaned up, which actually my lease on this shop is done January 1st or February 1st. I believe February 1st actually. And I'm not going to be renewing the lease on this place. One, because it's so expensive to rent here. The only reason why I got this place is because at the time when I was fighting with my neighbor, I needed a place now, and I couldn't find anything near me. Well, I found a couple different places now, and I have my name on waiting list, and they said that they have availability right around the time that I'm going to be stopping here. So hopefully that all works out and I can get out of the shop. The other places are actually 15-20 minutes closer to home, which is nice. That's huge too. And yeah, and I just haven't used this shop as much as I thought I was going to, especially over the summer. So it doesn't make sense to have such an expensive place. And as you can see, it literally just turns into it just has turned into a storage shed for me this year, a very expensive storage shed. So anyways, enough jibber jabbering. Let's head off to the job. For any of you guys Wisconsinites, shops in West Bend, I gotta go over to Pewaukee now for this job. Pretty much gonna be doing more driving for this job than actual work, but it is what it is. I have a minimum for when I do any welding to make it worth my while to go out there and do it. I guess for any of you guys that are getting into business, do as much as you can job-wise. You know, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, you know, it all adds up eventually. So, you know, in the beginning years of business, that's just what you have to do. There's a lot of things I don't like to do, but have to keep income coming in. So, all right, enough jibber jabbering, let's head off. Okay, so we're here at the job. Just got the doors unlocked. I'm gonna already headed down to the basement. Obviously no one here, so that's good. Looks like they're doing a, I don't know, like a complete remodel to this building, and the basement down here needed a bunch of support beams, and I guess for code, where the beams thread because they expand, or not expand, but they're adjustable with threads. And with that, I can show you here quick. Let's see, take you guys off a head cam. But where these thread end right here, or even up here, probably up here so you don't ruin the threads if you have to ever adjust again. For code, they want those tack welded, so that way whoever occupies this building later on can't be playing around with them and, you know, wreck them all. So I think first things first, get all my stuff down here, and then get all of these wire wheeled and get a nice little tack put on them, so that way it's not possible to adjust these ever again. So, all right, I'm gonna start carrying stuff down here and get all set up. I got everything down here in the basement, tank and everything. I'm gonna let the gas in there settle before I get it all hooked up and everything. The only fear that I have with welding down here is there is a sprinkler system down here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll weld one, kind of let the smoke clear a little bit, because there's plenty of them in here, and this place is kind of made for short people. But yeah, there's plenty of them down here and a lot of the sprinkler heads near them. So I'll let the smoke clear out and all that. But anyways, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna start wire wheeling right there, get all the paint clear, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I just noticed that there is one more right here. So I'm glad I saw this one. I didn't see this one earlier when I was down here. So we'll get this all taken care of right here and go around and wire wheel this and start doing a bunch of tack welds on these things. So let's get to it. All right, let's get the welder set up and start putting some little boogers on here. Man, I feel like I'm walking like I'm 90 years old being all hunched over like this. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but around this light there's a haze of smoke. So I'm gonna let that settle down a little bit. Fortunately, it looks like the sprinkler system isn't connected. It's got all the wires loose right here. So I don't know if it's actually hooked up. I don't think it is, but I don't want to be the guinea pig to find out if the sprinkler system works and flood this entire basement, because that would not be good. So anyways, it probably took longer to set everything up than it did to actually go through. And literally, just that little weld right there is all that they need to prevent a guy from coming through and messing with those to, you know, adjust them. I don't know why anybody would, but dealing with the cities, municipalities, you just have to kind of do what they say. Otherwise, they can make your life very difficult. As many of you know, with Ryan, with him trying to build his shop over there at the new yard, and I've had experience with them before with building an old garage at my old house. I'm not going to get too much in depth into it, but some of their ideas just don't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, in my opinion. And then I also don't know if I mentioned, I didn't bring the welding cart down here, obviously. I just don't think it would have worked out that well down here. There's a bunch of stuff all over the ground. And it would have been like trying to use a creeper underneath the car. Just that one little rock will mess up the whole operation. I just figure it's easier just to drag this thing around and do what I gotta do. But I'm gonna give this a couple minutes, let this kind of smoke die down, and then I'll go back at it. Okie doke, that's all she wrote, and I had just enough extension cord to get down here, which worked out great. I'm glad I brought the other one just in case. But everything's all welded up, and all I gotta do is text this customer that I'm done, and he'll send me a check or something. At least I hope he does. But yeah, that's as simple as it gets. These are quick little easy projects. If you guys can get your hands on something like this, good for you. So like I mentioned earlier, the stuff all adds up. I mean, literally anybody could really come in here and do that and make a couple bucks. So, but now I'm gonna get all this stuff cleaned up. It's a little after 5 o'clock, I think. I got here at 5, so it took me half hour to get set up and come here and do all this stuff. I'm not gonna argue that one bit. So get all this stuff packed up, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start cleaning up some of, especially at my house, get rid of some of the garbage there, probably head up to the shop and clean some of the garbage and carnage that I have laying around over there, because that's all past due. Definitely needs to be done. Okie dokie, that's a wrap on this job. Like I said, quick and simple. So yeah, I'll show you the kind of the building here. So like upstairs, looks like that was all an add-on right there. Yeah, I wonder what this place is going to be. I'll have to drive by here in the next year or so and come check it out. All right, catch back up with you guys tomorrow, and we'll get going on cleaning. What's going on, everyone? Next day here. So yesterday I had mentioned that I was planning on doing some cleanup and stuff, running up to the shop, stuff like that. I actually changed my mind. I am going to run to the yard right now, unload my loader out of the dump trailer, put my skid loader in that trailer, And then I'm going to run out to my land there, and I'm actually going to start working on the driveway there. I just want to get a feel for it, see how long it'll take roughly to do that driveway, so that way when I hire some trucks out to start bringing gravel in, I kind of have an idea on a time frame there. I also have that big boulder from the last job I just did. I want to get that ran out to the job because after this video I am actually leaving to go down to Florida, Pensacola area. So I just want to have everything kind of tidied up and stuff put away where I need it when I get back home, because I'm starting a new job. It's a front sidewalk and stoop. So I just want to get everything kind of placed to where I want it and everything. With that being said, obviously we got to run out to the yard, grab the equipment. But I wanted to mention, today is 9/11. For some of you guys might be too young for that. Some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. September 11th, 2001. Pretty big event happened in the world. At that time, I was, what was I? I was 5 years old at that time, so I vaguely remember the events that happened on that day. I do remember getting sent home from school early, my mom coming and picking me up, and we pretty much just stayed locked up in the house that day. Kind of crazy, but I remember what I had for dinner that night. That's the most vivid memory I had. I guess my question to you guys is, what were you guys doing on the morning of September 11th, 2001? Kind of a crazy thing that happened. So anyways, let's go get the skid loader and head out to the land there. So obviously we're here at the land. Looks like the other neighbor is starting to get something done over there. Some heavy ground. It's dry, that's why. Looks like we got some visitors. This is my son and my wife.
Hello.
Oh. This is Onyx. What do you think, buddy? Pretty cool, hey? Yeah?
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
How are you doing?
Great. It looks good.
It's getting there. It's something, right?
It's really hard.
What's that?
It's really like hard.
Yeah, it's hard clay. Mm-hmm. What do you think, chunk of butt? What is on my head? What's on my head, huh? You want to jump in a skid loader with me? Yeah? You want to go take this load and we'll go dump it? You ready, buddy? Whoa. It's so cool, hey? Oh, that was a nice surprise for my wife to come out here. bring my son. I know I haven't showed my son much on YouTube. A lot of you guys have asked me about him. I don't know, just sometimes I feel like keeping him private, but I guess I'll let you guys know, or I'll show you guys every once in a while who he is. And he actually just turned a year old this year, so it's pretty exciting. And it's actually kind of funny. He enjoys being in equipment or on four-wheelers, stuff like that, right, buddy? Yeah. I feel like most kids would be screaming and crying to be in something like this, but he absolutely loves it. What does that do, huh? Well, I'm going to put the camera down for a second, spend some time with my wife and son, and then we'll get back at it. Right, buddy? Is it so much fun? Okay, my wife and son, they're just leaving right now. It's around 5:30 at night here. I'm going to keep working on this a little bit here. Obviously, I'm not going to finish this by the end of the night. Right now, I'm anywhere between like 5 and 8 inches in depth going down the driveway here. On the east side of the driveway, the property slopes like that. So it's dug out a little bit deeper here on that end, which I knew that was going to happen when I started digging this out. So what I'll end up doing because I have to make another pass, I want to make this driveway between 12 and 14 feet wide. Once I make my pass and make this to the width that I want it, what I'll do is I'll take the machine and ride, where is it, that edge right there, and I'll make it into a like a slope, kind of an embankment, so it's not just a sharp crisp edge there. And then we'll backfill this all with gravel and we'll have a driveway. My wife and I, we actually just met the neighbors back there. They're starting to build. Really nice guy. He's actually going to be building his own house. He owns his own company building houses, so that's pretty neat. When my wife and I actually start ours, I'd like to have my hands in it a lot, but we'll see what all happens. You know, obviously I have a busy schedule too, or somewhat of a busy schedule, so I can't completely dedicate all my time to building a house. Obviously I need to make money to build the house. So anyways, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging here, probably call it quits here in the next hour or so. Catch up with you guys then. Okay, that's about all I'm going to get done today. Obviously got one heck of a pile of dirt. I would say I'm roughly 550 feet one direction right now. Like I mentioned earlier, on the west side of the driveway here, or the east side of the driveway here, I have to cut out like another 4 to 5 feet to give me that 12 to 14 foot range. But everywhere you look, it's about 5 to 6 inches deep. I'm probably going to end the video off here. Yeah, I'm going to end the video off here. Like I said, next time I'm out here, will be a little while before I make it back out here, because I'm actually leaving to go to Florida now. So I'm going to run home, get all packed up, and then tomorrow morning, bright and early, I'm going to the airport and jumping on a plane. Haven't been on a vacation in a very long time, so my wife and I are very excited. Yeah. So anyways, like always, thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.